So in the long history of the Chicago Bears, they have never fired a head coach during the season in the NFL. Well, I think it's time for the Bears to make an exception. Kevin Warren, Ryan Poles. After what we witnessed yesterday in Detroit, Matt Eberflus should have been out of a job and left behind in Detroit. There is no reason why this game should have ended like it did yesterday. And then on top of it, for your coach to come out in the press conference afterward and defend his decision making. You cannot end a game like that with a timeout in your pocket. Yeah, it's 3rd and 26 with 36 seconds left of the game. You've got a timeout. Your quarterback just got sacked. Call timeout. Bring the offense over. Run a play to get in field goal range. You have plenty of time. Run the play. Spike the ball. Kick the field goal. Tie the game. Go into overtime. To say that you were happy with that play is just mind-boggling. So here we have a few articles here written after the game yesterday. First one is from Outkick.com. Matt Eberflus blows lead of Bears game and then defends his terrible decision. Some teams figured out how to win games. The Chicago Bears are running a clinic on how to lose games this season. And it continues to be a horrible look for Coach Matt Eberflus. Bears lost to the Detroit Lions on Thanksgiving 23-20, and they leave looking like, well, turkeys. Because they botched it. This is Matt Eberflus' comments here. Disappointing. Disappointed for the players. They put themselves in position to win that game. So what happened? Well, the Bears rallied in the second half after looking like they had no interest in being in Detroit to play a game on Thanksgiving during the first half. It scored 20 points in the second half, which Detroit hadn't given up 20 points in the second half all season. So they were in a position down 23-20 with 43 seconds left to play and needing a field goal to tie the score. And then this happened. Caleb Williams takes a sack. They have a timeout to use. They don't take it. They let the clock wind down, run a play with like 7 seconds left, incomplete pass, game over. So here's Eberflus' explanation. Our hope was that we're in 3rd down going into 4th, that we would re-rack that play at 18 seconds, throw it in bounds, and get into field goal range, call a timeout. But that's not how it played out. The Bears snapped the ball with 36 seconds left to play. Play call was a quarterback draw, and the Lions didn't get the memo because they sacked Williams with 32 seconds to play. So did Eberflus call his final timeout with 32 seconds left to play to get his offense reorganized? Nah, why do that? Did Williams rush his team to the line of scrimmage and snap the ball with 16, 17, 20 seconds left on the clock so you could have time to run another play? No, why would we do that either? The Bears regrouped as the clock ran and ran and ran. The clock ran all the way down to 6 seconds when the ball was snapped. And by that time, Williams threw an incomplete pass downfield and time expired. So why didn't they use the timeout? And here's the explanation. So right there, we liked the play that we had. And we were hoping he was going to get the ball snapped. Then we would have called timeout right there. But once it's under 7 seconds, you call timeout there, you're basically throwing the ball into the end zone. What? Somebody on the sideline, I don't know, offensive coordinator, Special teams coach, somebody should have been telling him, call timeout, call timeout. Even Caleb Williams at the time has the ability to call timeout. He also had this to say: I like what we did there. Again, once it's under 12 there, you're going to call timeout there. You don't have an option. To me, I think we handled it the right way. I do believe you re-rack the play, get in bounds, and then call timeout. That's why we held it, and it didn't work out the way we wanted it to. You know, this is just another in a long line of gaffes in the last few weeks, beginning with the fail Mary in Washington. And then you got the blocked field goals. The game-winning field goal blocked by the Packers. Then you have the overtime loss to Minnesota. And now you've got this. So this is from the New York Post. Calls to fire Matt Eberflus start immediately after latest Bears disaster. This is unacceptable. After the Bears' latest loss that concluded in the final series of a disastrous seconds to lose to the Lions 23-20 for their sixth straight loss and eighth of the season, fans in the sports world are calling for the head coach's axing. The CBS broadcasters couldn't get past Eberflus' horrendous clock management by finishing the game with a timeout in his pocket. Matt Ryan said, "This is unacceptable from the head coach position. Your responsibility is not to panic in critical situations. Put your team in the best opportunity to win games. That's a massive, massive fail by Matt Eberflus." Bill Cowher, you have 3rd and 26, run another play, get in the field goal range. You have plenty of time to run your field goal unit out. Bill Cowher was saying, call the timeout after the sack. Bill Simmons, Eberflus is my favorite bad coach. They need to extend him 2 years so he's so entertaining. RG3, Matt Eberflus just made a Thanksgiving mistake he may never recover from. You cannot end the game with a timeout in hand. He's coaching like he's on the hot seat, feeling the pressure, and has been lost in the biggest moments all year. The Bears are repeating the cycle. Mike Greenberg from ESPN. There's absolutely no excuse for a hashtag NFL coach to allow that to happen. Hell, there's no excuse for a high school coach with a timeout in his pocket. Inexcusable in a season filled with coaching blunders. This was a new low. Yeah. I mean, over on X, myself included as a lifelong Bears fans, not happy. There's absolutely no reason to keep employing Matt Eberflus. There's no fire in this team. You fire Matt Eberflus right now, this second. Holy shit. Oh my God, fire Matt Eberflus right now. That was egregious and embarrassing. I mean, this goes on and on and on and on. Eberflus needs to be fired. One timeout in about 30 seconds, and we got one play. So there you have it. I don't know how the Bears left Detroit last night with Matt Eberflus as the head coach still. I say Kevin Warren, president of football operations, Chicago Bears president. Ryan Poles, GM. It's time. It's time for a change in Chicago. And don't go for the next glitzy offensive coordinator or defensive coordinator of the month, the flavor of the month. Hire a seasoned head coach who's been there, done that, who can bring in a staff to work with your young quarterback. And Ryan Poles, do something with the O-line. The O-line is terrible. You could have Joe Montana behind that O-line and he wouldn't be successful. You could have John Elway behind that O-line. He wouldn't be successful. You need to do something with the O-line. So what do you guys think? Comment down below. Matt Eberflus, fire him now or you fire him after the season. I'll leave it up to you guys. While you're at it, please take the time to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, hit that notification bell so you don't miss a video, share this video out there with your friends and family, and with that, I will see you guys later.